Listen to me, because this is the most important conversation you are ever going to have about your future. You are 62 years old. You've worked hard, you've sacrificed, and you look at your account and see $600,000. You think, I'm done. I'm crossing that finish line. But I am here to tell you, stand up and pay attention. Is $600,000 enough? Can you actually retire right now, at 62, and stay retired for the rest of your life? The answer isn't a simple yes or no. The answer depends entirely on your relationship with your money and whether you have the courage to face the truth. Because the truth will set you free, but first, it's going to make you miserable. Let's look at the numbers, and I want you to be honest with yourself. If you have $600,000 and you follow the 4% rule, which is a guideline, not a God-given law, you are looking at $24,000 a year. That is $2,000 a month. Now, tell me, can you live on $2,000 a month? When you factor in the cost of food, the cost of gas, and the rising cost of just existing, that $2,000 starts to look very small, doesn't it? And here is the big but. You are retiring at 62. Do you know what happens at 62? You are eligible for Social Security, yes. But if you take it now, you are taking a permanent pay cut of up to 30% for the rest of your life. You are settling for less when you might need so much more later on. Why would you do that to your future self? Why would you leave money on the table when you have 20, 30, maybe 40 years of life left to live? The biggest fear I hear from people your age, and it is a legitimate fear, is outliving your money. You are terrified that at age 85, you'll be sitting at your kitchen table with an empty bank account and a pile of bills. And if you retire at 62 with $600,000 without a plan for healthcare, that fear will become your reality. You don't get Medicare until you are 65. That is 3 years, 3 bridge years, where you have to pay for private insurance. Do you have any idea how much that costs? It can be $1,000, $1,500 a month just for premiums. If you haven't budgeted for that, your $600,000 is going to start bleeding out before you even get started. So, here is the question you must ask yourself: am I retiring to something, or am I just running away from a job I hate? Because if you are just running away, you are making a decision based on fear, not on power. Money is a physical representation of who you are. If you are afraid, your money will feel the weight of fear. What is the actionable takeaway here? What do you need to do right now? First, you must get real about your debt. If you have a mortgage, if you have car payments, if you, God forbid, have credit card debt, you are not ready to retire at 62 with $600,000. Debt is bondage. You cannot be financially free if you are in bondage to a bank. You want to enter retirement with a clean slate. Second, look at your must-have expenses versus your want-to-have expenses. If your $2,000 a month from your investments plus your reduced Social Security doesn't cover your must-haves, you cannot retire. It is that simple. You need to work 2 more years, 3 more years. Not because I want you to suffer, but because I want you to be safe. Every year you wait to take Social Security, your check goes up by about 8%. That is a guaranteed return you cannot find anywhere else in the world. Third, you need a cash buffer. If the stock market drops 20% the year you retire, and it can happen, and you have to pull money out of your $600,000 while it's down, you are destroying your future. You need 2 to 3 years of living expenses in a high-yield savings account or CDs where it is safe and sound, so you never have to sell your stocks when the market is on sale. Is retiring at 62 with $600,000 a real scenario? Yes, for the person who has a paid-off home, no debt, and a modest lifestyle. But for most of you, it is a tightrope walk over a very deep canyon. I want you to be powerful. I want you to be secure. And that means having the discipline to say, maybe not today. Because the goal isn't just to retire, the goal is to stay retired. You have worked too hard to spend your golden years worrying about every penny. Build your foundation, protect your principal, and for heaven's sake, wait until you are 65 if you can. Your future self will thank you.